Hello, welcome to another episode of MOPO, Matter of Personal Opinion. Today we're going to be doing another episode of Preacher, second episode. Starting off with, we're in like the old Wild West.
Yeah, I guess this cowboy character that I'm going to pretend...
Long, stringy white hair, yeah.
I'm going to pretend not to know who he is, from the book, but, he's on this, mission, I guess, to, I guess his daughter is obviously sick.
Yeah, they gotta get medicine.
He's probably, and that's accurate to what the olden days were. Like, you live down on a ranch out in the middle of nowhere, you gotta travel 2-3 days. If you have a horse, you're lucky. If not, it's going to take longer than that.
Because you're on foot.
Yeah,
dragging
to get
camping gear, probably.
To town, hope there's a doctor there, or a training post or something, because, whatever. But yeah, so he's presumably on a mission to go get some medicine for his daughter,
I really like the way they did, before he met up with that family caravan. I liked the way they did him walking along and just through the different, desert scenarios where it's like, oh, this is real windy and sandy, and and then there's all these skeletons and cactuses, and then this is just like a tree with people hanging from it. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, this tree of sorrow, I guess you would call it, where there's all these hung Native Americans with their scalp, This totally seemed like unnecessary. Because that's probably accurate for what it was.
Well, actually, it literally just dawned on me, right? Remember, I'm kind of fast forwarding into the episode, but when Cassidy was burying under the tree, is that the same tree?
That's the same tree.
That's the same tree.
That is the same tree.
That's kind of wild. We're going to get to that in a minute.
So,
the cowboy rolls into the rat water.
But it just seems like, why? It's just for show, and just to be ignorant, and just show how messed up people could be. Because wouldn't it just be a lot easier to scalp them and I would just leave them? If that's what I'm doing, I'm not taking the time the energy. It's hot. You're in the desert. You're going to take the energy to hang them like that. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Technically, I guess the scalping wouldn't be killing them. They'd still be alive.
Then, whatever, man. Shoot them. If they got their scalp.
Gotta send the message, man. It's just like Vlad putting heads on pikes.
So, yeah.
He's like, you don't come around here.
It's all MOPO.
That is all MOPO.
Matter of personal opinion. But, and he goes to this town for some god-awful reason. They call it rat water. You're naming your town.
Right.
And, what pride they must have in being just grungy. We drink the rat water around here. Y'all drink that clean water over there. You ain't
gives
tough.
It flavor. The rats swim in it.
You ain't tough like us. You don't drink that rat water. But, and so from there, it moves into...
what was his name? Quinn
Cannon.
Yeah.
He's basically taking these people's house so he can, plow in their house and build, for his company.
Just
more land for his company. Yeah.
It's just...
just basically strong arms. We got his whole crew in their house saying,
"He's ready." Bulldozers at the door.
Literally, bulldozer. As soon as they walk out the house, comes tramping through the front door, and he just strong arms these people. And his henchman, the good old boy that Preacher made squeal like a pig or whatever the episode before.
Yeah, with the broken arm.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit. It's funny because he's struggling at his job, but he makes a point. His one arm broke, but then with his weak hand, he smashes this dude's face into the
like
steering column.
The horn of the car.
I guess I'll prove a point. Like, look, I'm still bigger than you with my weak hands.
That scene was so weird.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, let's. What? Do we not have enough story to add 40 minutes? So let's add this little weird part in.
I mean, the whole town is so quirky.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're from northeast. Pennsylvania, and they're like East Texas over there, so I guess some of the culture would be a little bit different.
True.
If I was shooting squirrel in the church parking lot, after church during a picnic, I don't know if anybody would do that around here. It seemed commonplace. But anyway, so yeah, that's a weird dude, and I guess just kind of shows like what kind of power this dude Quincannon has. Where he just buys and sells people like that. Like, I don't know, man. You have to offer me. I'm like, knowing you need that property or whatever that bad.
I try to negotiate up or something.
Right, I'm doubling whatever you're starting.
Yeah,
is.
Like,
right,
okay, it's you that desperate. Like, were you building a highway?
Right.
Like
you need my house, but
I'm gonna need a little bit extra.
So. There, they this episode moves pretty fast. It goes into the preacher, like baptizing people, whatever.
Saving them people,
He's saving souls, doing the work. But and he got his little side piece girlfriend Emily or whatever, and the weird bus driver boy.
Yeah, basically like mayor.
And then his girlfriend. Tulip comes and she's all like, rubbing it in and making it hard for him. And Preacher does it, but I think he holds her down a little bit longer.
Yeah. I felt that way too. And the bus driver guy too. He held him down a little extra. I realized that everybody else was down and up.
Yeah, just do the work. And then he does Eugene too, which I thought was great because he shaved the Preacher I'm saved. You washed my sins away. Right, he's just such a likable character so far.
He seems like a poor fellow.
Yeah, we'll see where they go with him, but he's truly likable. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he looks sharp, in his outfit, walking around with his dad, later on there making fun of him. The big sheriff was like, what'd y'all say? He said, no, just let's go ahead. He's looking sharp, right? Button up or whatever, right. That's all right. That's a nice
he's
outfit.
Definitely putting it out.
So yeah, I thought that was a good little scene where it shows Tulip is not really she's messing with this boy. She means business. She really wants him to come do this, job or whatever with him, and probably really just wants to get back with him or.
Yeah, I think that's. She's just really passionate.
So then after service, they got Cassidy's begging for money and stuff, giving Emily a hard time. The Preacher kind of talks to him about it, and that's where Cassidy and Eugene actually meet. And his first reference to Arseface, his face looks like an arsehole.
Exactly.
But he didn't actually call him Arseface yet.
No, not yet.
Whatever, so
I'm excited. Yeah, because it's especially when he dons it himself, and he's like, I am Arseface. It's oh no.
Oh man, I can't imagine. We'll see.
Or Yeah, yeah, he was way more messed up at least I guess I pictured it in my head.
Yeah, well, even...
It was way more
even as they,
debilitating.
They write his, words or his script, it mumbles, and then down at the bottom it's what he's actually saying, but it's all at least you can half understand what this boy is saying, which is better for the show. I like how they didn't make him completely disgusting and horrifying.
Because I'm thinking, man, he's still got his bottom jaw.
He's still he's a little bit there.
He still looks like a person.
Yeah, that other boy, in the comic. Oh,
yeah, you had the bottom of his face was like a ghost tail.
Look like Freddy Krueger or so on the bottom. But Yeah, like we kind of get more into just like King Cannon's like crew, what they do. They hang out at the whorehouse a lot. You know,
they're playing poker with Tulip.
We got Preacher and Cassidy get torn up, and during all that, these I guess. For our sake, we're going to call them angels, because that's what we know they are. I don't know what they're calling them on the show, just these dudes trying to get this entity back. But so...
Yeah, they're saying they're government figures.
And it's so funny, because Cassidy, tells him he's a vampire. He's all, dismissing him and laughing at him.
He tells him about the secret society hunting him. And that's what Cassidy thinks that the angels are.
Right, so, Preacher gets all torn up, passed out. These dudes come for
passed out because he's drinking stuff he shouldn't have been drinking. It was what he said, antifreeze and some stuff that was dripping out the back of the AC,
some crazy, whatever. And right, so these guys come and try to get the entity Genesis, I guess, whatever. I don't even know the Word of God.
Yeah, the Word of God in the show.
Whatever.
We know it as Genesis.
They try to get this thing out of him by singing a song.
Which was totally foreign to me.
Well, it is what it is. It's a TV show.
It was amusing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I thought it was kind of funny.
Had a little jukebox going,
right?
And the other guys
I was ready for a monkey to jump out wearing a fez.
So that doesn't work, so they're going to just sit there and cut Preacher open.
Oh, man, with a chainsaw.
And Cassidy actually comes just in the nick of time, basically, and stops them from doing it. But in the process, he kind of kills these guys.
Yeah.
Licking their blood up off the floor to try to regenerate himself, because they get him a little bit too.
It was definitely a fair fight, because you got to assume that Cassidy has superhuman strength. Because he's a vampire.
I wouldn't necessarily assume he had superhuman strength.
Well, because he was just throwing those dudes.
Maybe.
And,
but he definitely had the regenerative powers after he sucked the blood up, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. He might have been a little bit faster.
A little bit bit stronger. Because they were just kind of flopping around. I
don't know.
They were for two
fighting.
of them?
I think they were fighting okay. Like you said, he is a vampire. Maybe he's a little bit stronger, but in the end, he got him, and
cut him up. He puts him in the trunk,
and eventually buries him.
Yeah,
under the tree that that old cowboy dude in the past rode by, and had Indians hung to that tree.
Yeah, now it's split in half or something like that.
But the next morning, Emily kicks Preacher up off the floor. Wakes up
with a casserole in hand,
and he goes and visits this girl who's brain dead or whatever. We don't really know why what happened to us, but her mom was talking about something horse racing or something. She could ride horses. So I think maybe she got kicked in the back of the head or something. But later episodes we do find out what happens to this girl.
Yeah, but we're not going to get into that right now.
But yeah, she basically got she has a brain injury pretty bad because she wear a wig. They take her wig off.
Yeah, you don't expect that at first, too, because I was like,
all, caved in looking.
Yeah, it looks pretty...
horse hoof.
Looks pretty dirty.
But, and the mom gets all ignorant Preacher trying to help her out.
I thought it was kind of...
She's she's going to feed the casserole to her dogs and whatnot.
She's being really rude.
Your words are just words. They're not really comfort to me. The food
is better come on, man.
Words. Come back with some more food next time, kind of deal. Don't not come back, but when you come back, bring some more food, because that's where it's really at.
Yeah, because their dogs are hungry.
Because these dogs need to eat. But
I was just that was uncalled for.
So
I understand you're hurting, but I mean,
Preacher just by the end of the episode is going on a rampage. He's using his power all crazy.
He breaks into the house of the bus driver.
Yeah, bus driver boy who earlier in the episode basically confesses that he's thinking about trying to get this little girl on the bus. He's an elementary school bus driver, and the one little girl, he likes her or whatever. He tells Preacher this. Preacher ain't supposed to sit there and be what the F, dude? Like he's just going to sit there and take that. So he breaks into his house and rebaptizes him in scalding hot water.
Scalding hot water. He's just letting it run. Dude is freaking out, talking all this stuff like, I confess, I repent. Don't hurt me. You know, it's just like this guy's definitely not going to change.
And but Preacher told him to forget her.
Forget her.
And like it tore up his brain a little bit. So he's like, forget. Did he forget all the hers, or
yeah? We don't really know what's going on because he started.
Like, who you talking about? Like, what you do to my brain?
Yeah, he's freaking out. Like, I don't understand. Like, what's going on? Why are you in my house?
So then Preacher Man goes back to the lady's house where they cursed him out the day before, talking about I'm gonna feed your food to my dogs. And he goes up to the girl and he wants to pray with her. And he tells her to open her eyes with the word. With
the word. Now and then the episode ends.
Cut.
Bang. It's like, what's going to happen?
So, like, yeah, I'd really like to see what happens with,
because, like, I guess, because how would that even work? Like, if there's, would you need brain activity for your ears to work enough for your eyes to then...
If you can listen,
you can think?
You can obey. Like,
okay,
word.
So you're essentially a zombie at that point. Like,
she could still have no brain capacity.
But not like a zombie, like now modern times. But I mean, like zombie,
I'm not
Caribbean
I know
zombie.
You didn't mean she's gonna come back and start eating people.
Yeah, okay.
But like, she just like she definitely
gotta make sure, man.
Would probably still be a Dame bread. Brain dead ass bitch, just sitting there with her eyes wide open. But let me tell you something. This girl is creepy as hell. Anyway, with her big ass wig on, and you take her wig and it's all torn up. It's creepy. Just laying there, mom like forever putting foundation on her and shit.
Yeah, like just lotion, just keeping her
she
young.
So shiny, like it looked gross. Like
she was slick. Yeah. Like almost she was made out of wax.
Yeah, like she didn't look like he actually asked if that was like an actress. I'm like, that gotta be an actress.
Yeah, I'm like, is that a dummy?
Yeah, because, it looked like it could also...
Because when she's rubbing that cream and she's like pulling the cheek down, like her eye is all like coming up.
And they got this chick just sitting there with eyes wide open, just laying there. I don't know, man. Like, that might be a little bit much.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But, yeah, I mean... I think we can wrap this one up. Episode 2. Let us know what you thought about episode 2. Did you guys watch it? Are you guys keeping up with the Preacher? I believe the season finale is either, this
already
week coming up or probably already happened.
It's probably definitely already happened.
So yeah, you can look back on these. If you want to get a refresher on, the series. But yeah, thanks for listening. It's all
like,
MOPO.
share, subscribe.
Matter of personal opinion. Find us on Twitter and YouTube.